Today, let's talk about Super Yetis and learn the strongest way to use them. In this army, we have 3 Super Yetis, 3 Furnaces, and then 5 Healers, which is going to be used on your Grand Warden for a Warden charge into the Yeti Smash. But this attack does not rely on the Royal Champion charge. That's right, we're not going to be using a bunch of Invises with the RC that you see in so many attacks currently in the game because the Spring Trap is going to be getting a change in the next update. So I want to bring you something that does not rely on that because maybe that's going to be greatly affected. We don't know, but this is a fun attack to do that works really well. So let's jump into the planning aspect of this. So let me go into a base, right? So let me just take a look at this space here and I'm going to delete everything, right? To keep it a little bit easier. And we'll go photo mode. So what we want to think about in this attack is the fact that we need to send the smash into the core of the base. So how are we going to do that? Well, here is a base like this. Just think of it high level, a box. I like to draw these shapes here to think of it a little bit easier than having all the buildings on the base. Let's say we have the Warden down to the bottom side. He's going to push his way into a compartment of this space. You want to grab some value. This is where you can then pair in some furnaces to go with him to help speed him up if there's a lot of buildings and defenses around him. Or you can pair in a rage spell for the Warden and then use the furnaces on one of the sides, either on the left or on the right. But whichever side you choose, you will send your smash with the Super Yetis in between those two sections. So if you decide to send the furnace to the left, send the smash to the left. Furnaces to the right, then the smash will go to the right. Or if you decide to go with the furnaces on the Grand Warden, then you'll go with a siege barracks in place on the edge to get them to move through. So as you move your way through into the core of this base, you're going to have your king, queen, super yetis, everything going in. This is where you could pair in the jump spell to get a little bit into the section, and then you can deeper in the base pop the earthquake boots of your king to really open up the middle of the base. But then you will have your royal champion. And in your army, you're going to have some skeleton spells. So let's say you have your smash coming right through this side of the base, like so, and it creates that funnel. Now what you're possibly going to be doing is using your royal champion to the edge over here and utilizing the skelly spells. You can deploy 1, 2, 3 on the approach for the RC as she makes her way around the edge. You could even use some skelly spells out in front of the Warden, or even some furnaces to try to help provide some distraction and to protect him. But mainly the skelly spells are for the Royal Champion to work around the edge of the base. So let's plan against this base here, and notice inside of my clan castle, I've got some Yetis. Typically, I wouldn't take Yetis if I'm going to go with the siege barracks. I only have them because of my legend attacks. You don't know what base you're going to attack in Legends League, so I just take them in case I have to switch to a log launcher and then moves into the middle of the base, and then you can rage up Yetis, which is very nice. But in this one, let's just start with a Warden Walk, Balloon, some healers, and then one thing about a furnace, don't drop it too close to the Warden if a ricochet cannon's there, because you don't want it to skip. Second is you don't want the air defense to be within range of a Sneezy and take out a Sneezy, just like you want to try to protect your healers. So now what we could do is, now that the Warden's going like this, we could either deploy our furnaces with the Warden here to help out, or we could try to drop them a little bit higher. I mean, if we want, essentially, we're going to have to move our way to the left side. So let's say I drop the next furnace to go for the bomb tower over here, and then I could go with one furnace to the far to start grabbing some of those buildings. All right, Warden, go for the spitter. That will be nice. All right, Warden, take your time, and then we'll pull the Warden to the left. Ready, Warden, go to the left side. Once that goes down, one more shot. All right, now Ice Golem, King, Queen. Let's wall break down here. Siege Barracks to the far left. Couple of you. Another Ice Golem. Let's get this King to go into here. So let's make this stuff invisible. All right, so we're moving our way into the base. And then we can poison all this. King is taking a lot of damage. So we want the King into the core, so what can we do? We can then go ahead and pop this Warden ability, and then the King's Earthquake Boots can open up leading to the Town Hall. This is exactly what we want. Now we can go like a Skelly over here, have this on to distract this defensive minion prince as we continue our way around. And then another Skelly for the RC as she continues the way to the left. Let's go and rage up these Super Yetis yet again. They're going to go for the wall. Queen's continue. Let's pop her ability. And then another Skelly out in front. So we're just continuing to use skeleton spells out in front of her. And what you really want to do is make sure that the king gets in towards the core, because you want that king ability deeper into the base. As we'll drop another couple headhunters for the enemy RC, some wizards for cleanup up here. And then I'm going to pop the RC ability far enough away from my ricochet cannon, because if she gets too close and you don't have the Spirit Fox alive or anything, she's going to get taken down way too quick. So let's wall break this over here. Super Yetis are still moving through. We got a little minion, which I can't really drop anywhere else, so I'll just drop it up there. And there we go. Obviously not the cleanest here, but that last Invis was able to help route the troops back into the core in order to be able to take out the middle of this base. So that's something you have to keep in mind. And if you're doing a Warden Walk, probably think about not spending too much time on it, because otherwise you can run into time fail. So now, a base that has the Town Hall a little bit to the edge, what are we going to do? In this one, we're going to try to get a funnel, not necessarily from the exact side, but from a corner. In this one, we can try to use, let's say, the Warden over here, and then get the funnel into the core. So how do we get the funnel into the middle of this base from this angle? Well, the only way to do that is to help try to remove this stuff down here so that we can bring troops back around. So let's see. Let's give it a shot. Warden, let's place you right here. Balloon. Healers like so. But now, look at this air defense. We can't drop a furnace here. This is a problem. Do we drop a furnace over to the Warden? I think the Warden's okay. There's not too many buildings he needs to take down before he makes the push in. We pull out a little bit of CC. But let's go with a Ice Golem, and then we'll go with some furnaces down here, right? So I'll drop a balloon. Probably don't end up needing that guy there. But the Ice Golem will freeze this stuff up down south. And then the Furnace Mites are grabbing this value. It froze up that Air Expo. I'm going to wait to drop the Skelly spell. Now I'll drop the Skelly spell to try to protect that. We got archers coming out. Oh, a furnace is coming out. So we'll drop the poison onto the furnace. Now this stuff will go down. Look at the Furnace Mites also working on the enemy RC. So we'll headhunter that, and then we'll go and drop the king. So Ice Golem will go to the left, king over here, and then we'll go with some Super Yetis. And we'll go Siege Barracks, Queen, you, Apprentice Warden, and now we're funneling everything in. But notice where I dropped this jump. I'm trying to drop the jump not over the Town Hall. I don't want the Yetis to kind of go there. I want the Queen to end up grabbing that. So we're going to move our way through. Ice Golems will be a little annoying here to push through, but I'm going to rage up the healers, hopefully, that they can keep these troops alive. So I'm able to set up this funnel. I'm going to wait for the next Ice Golem to freeze me up. And let's pop this Warden ability now. And then King ability. Wait for it. Red Air Bombs. Where's the King going? He should come back maybe around. Oh, no, you don't come back around. Okay. Let's go King's Earthquake Boost to open all this. Now let's use the RC to go for this multi. So Queen ability. Let's go ahead and maybe drop that. But Skeleton Spell up top. And another Skeleton Spell over here. Wizards like this. All right, so Super Yetis are moving their way through. RC is with the Skellies out in front of her. Queen's continuing through the middle. We got some wall breaks, so we'll wall break down here. And now RC. Let's go ahead and probably... Where should we rage? We really almost don't even need it, to be honest. We'll just pop RC ability here. We'll wall break into this. Super Yetis are down. And there we go. So you saw that we were able to set a funnel near the Town Hall. The jump was not over the section. Some people would probably put the jump right here. But the problem is if you put the jump right there, you're going to have them split into this way, this way, this way. I kind of put it here so that the Queen could get into here and reach over and grab the Town Hall. And even if she doesn't, you can end up using the Raw Champion to try to finish it off with the ability just in case. But those were a couple examples here. Now, let's switch to Legends League and plan on the fly. So let's jump into an attack here and see if we can break it down. What we have is a Town Hall to the bottom. We want to start off with that Grand Warden charge on one section of the base. And we have a Ricochet Cannon. I'm thinking we could come from the top side with a Warden charge up here to try to grab this value. Or, well, we have a Defensive King, which is a little annoying, to be honest. So maybe I go Warden over here. And then I could go with furnaces up to the top and try to have the smash come through this side. And maybe a log launcher would be helpful. So I got to get the warden down, otherwise time. Balloon, healers onto him. Now the warden should be fine, easily go through this left side. So let's go with a furnace, furnace, furnace to go up top. We do have a ricochet cannon, which is annoying for furnaces. And then we will wall break this, just like that. Okay, so let's drop a headhunter onto here to slow that king down. The furnace mice should be able to hopefully take care of him. There we go. Warden, what are you going for? Go get the ricochet cannon. If you can get that royal champ, that could be really nice. Or we can get some free P.E.K.K.A.s out of this. Why not? I'm about to rage up this warden. I can just tell. Alright, that king's finally going down. Let's see. Warden is going through here. Take out the air defense, sure. Some super yetis. We're going to go with a siege. Ice golem, siege, king, queen, apprentice warden, some balloons. And let's go and get that jump, which will connect us to there. Skelly to distract the ricochet cannon. And I'll have 2 Skellies left over for the royal champion portion. As we will continue our charge right on in. Let's go. Now the warden ability will be used right about now to protect. Pop queen ability as well. Furnace mites come through here. Alright. Keep going. Super Yetis ran on their way over there. Drop the RC. Skelly spell. King's ability. As we continue. Raid. Oh, whole Tesla farm is popped. Another Skelly off to the right side. And now the king took out the town hall. We have a headhunter. Drop him delayed to go for the enemy minion prince. Let's see. Keep going. We got a minion down south. Why not? Wizard down here. Wizard down here. We can wall break them. Oh, no. Can't wall break them out of there. And then our C ability. We'll just take out the minion prince. Take you down. Go for that monolith. And then just make our way around. And we have that extra invis. So you saw the smash style attack. Warden on one side. And then the super yetis in between. In this case, I didn't send the... the furnaces with the warden to help set up the funnel, because he would be perfectly fine on the edge to move his way through. No worries there. So we'll get through more examples of this attack, because it is a really strong attack, especially not relying on that royal champion chart. Next up, we've got ourselves a double rage up section here. So now, what do you do with a double rage up section? Sometimes I want to have a warden try to go for a town hall and then charge through the side of the double rage section. There is a gigabomb that's over here, which is a little bit of a problem. But what I'm going to do is come from an angle from the top side. I'm going to have a warden charge his way through here. And then I'm going to try to furnace this section and then charge from the top side. So I got to get my warden down like this. Balloon and healers. All right. Now the furnaces can come from the far edge to clear this, so that I can eventually set up the funnel. They can grab this far side, warden can grab this, and then we can move our way through here and through the base like that from the top corner. So let's do that. We set up 2 different funneling points, and we'll go with the siege barracks as well, which probably would have Velks or something a little bit better, but it is what it is. All right, let's get our rage ready for our warden. There we go. Let's charge our way through here. And let's see. Warden's getting pulled into here. That's going to be a lot of damage from the ground expo, from the ricochet cannon, defensive minion prince. Okay, we want to take this down. Another one shot there. Perfect. That goes down. All right. So let's get the Ice Golem King, Siege Barracks, a couple of Super Yetis, Queen. All right. Let's wall break this. Apprentice Warden, Balloon as well. All right. So... move through. Perfect. Now come across. Now let's go and drop a jump like this so we don't have access. Perfect. Alright. Now comes the clan castle. Right through here. Try to keep these guys healed up. Oh, warden ability's forced anyways. Skelly. RC to the right. I want to try to keep my warden alive. So make your way through. Get the giant to move through the mix. Skelly spell over here. Skelly spell over here. Pop King's ability. Alright, so we're making our way through that side. Yetis are coming to the top. Keep going. RC, where are you? You powered through that side. We'll probably pop your ability before you were to die, because we don't want to lose you. Wall break to the bottom. At this point, RC is getting value with the rocket spear. Drop a headhunter. Drop a headhunter. An archer. And the RC will come through. Little whiz minion. And these Yetis, this is where it would be nice to have Valkyries. They would be cleaning up really quickly, right? Very clean up for Valks. Yetis are obviously a lot slower as they move their way around, but there. So that one, we were taking a very wide funnel with a warden up here, furnaces, and then charging right through the top side into the middle. So next up after that is a town hall in the core that we have an invisibility spell tower. And this one I'm going to swap to a log launcher because of the Invis. So we want to activate that Invis early so we don't have to worry. So we have a warden funnel that could possibly be used off to the right side and then charge through this bottom side, and then we'll deal with the clan castle at a later point. So let's go with a warden over here. Balloon, we're out of range of any air defense for the Sneezy, so we don't have to worry about that. Tesla pops. We have a multi, so we can't really deploy the furnaces down to the bottom side down there. Monolith, air expos. So I'm just going to try to help this warden, I guess, at this point. Drop a furnace there. And let's drop another 2 furnaces to the far left side. We're going to take a very wide funnel from the far left. So we're going to have to go and try to get some value. I want to get this multi-arch tower. Let's see. I'm going to wall break this so Super Yetis can go in here. All right. So we take out this multi-arch tower. Perfect. Keep going. Grab this section. All right, Archer Tower. I guess we can... Warden's going to go for the sweeper. Let's go make you invisible. And then pull the Warden. King. Ice Golem. Queen. Apprentice Warden. A couple balloons. All right, the Ice Golem will freeze this section. Drop you. And then I need a log launcher to come through. Headhunter. Keep going. Go and make you invisible. All right, furnace has made a nice funnel to that side. Red air bombs are no... Okay, I need to pop this warden ability to protect these healers. We need to protect these healers. Make our way through. All right, now the log launcher will open up the walls to the town hall. Okay, my healers are dead. It's okay. It's fine. Grab a rage that's ready. My warden is still alive, which is key. Log launcher is getting the value. And now, drop that. Rage leading to the core. Alright, I guess we'll open this. Drop a jump. Poison you through here. Now, the king will be forced to ability, I guess. That jump was probably not a good jump. Let's go Skellies here. RC over here. Another Skelly onto the ricochet cannon to distract. Yeah, I probably should have dropped the jump over the clan castle. Might have been a little smarter to do that. Alright, keep going. Drop a rage for the RC. And then I'll pop the RC ability under the rage now to grab this top side. Keep going. Little wizard. There we go, out of range of that. Drop a minion. A headhunter. A few archers. And RC cleanup. Not the cleanest. One thing you want to try to do is have the King's Earthquake Boots get into the core to open up the value for the Super Yetis, but in this one, hey, it still worked. Activated the Invis in the core with that log launcher. And let's check out one of the final hits here that we'll do with the Town Hall in the core and a Gigabomb off to the right side. And so what do we want to do here? So this one, there's a lot of damage over to the right side. Should we end on it? We want to try to, or do we do an early warden ability? So the CC is off to the far left. We could go into it and just try to early warden it, so which is what we'll do. So let's go warden. Oh, look at this. Sneezy. I made the mistake. Sneezy is in the range. So in order to try to protect the Sneezy, I'm dropping these balloons. I want to keep the Sneezy alive. drop the rage over here. Sneezy, air defense. Okay, Sneezy goes down. No, Sneezy stays alive, which means that I will not lose that valley making our way through. Let's go with a furnace to the top side, because I ended up deploying these furnaces here. So this is going to be a lot of stuff here in this section. This ground expo is what we want to take down. All right. Ground expo go down. Can we grab the royal champ as well? Maybe. Okay, we're damaging her. Let's go. Perfect. Yeti, Yeti, Yeti. Okay. Let's go. Siege barracks up here. Ice Golem, King, Queen, Apprentice Warden. Let's go with a Skelly here because there's a lot of stuff that we have to push through. Alright, you ready? Here we go. Let's go early Warden, power our way through here. And a jump as well. Just protect everything. Alright, keep going. Power through. Another rage through this section. RC up top. Let's go Skelly onto you. Poison the CC. King's Earthquake Boots, I guess, to the backside. Wizard over there. Keep going. Oh, nice. Phoenix pulls some traps, but I guess I lost my healers anyways, so wouldn't have mattered. Let's go drop a Skelly here. Freeze you up. Pop Queen ability. You go take out the Archer Tower. You take out the Monolith. RC will still make our way through. Skellies were very useful. And RC, go take out that Ricochet Cannon. Take out the next one. Go grab the multi. Let's see. Can I wall break something over here? Damage that. Archer, minion. Archer's here. Giant will get raised up either way, but there we go. So we will take it. This one charged into the heavy defenses, and all you gotta do is do a very early Warden ability so that you protect through everything. Don't wait on the Warden ability for the Town Hall or deeper, but you got to pop it as early as possible to keep as many troops as alive as possible with the Super Yetis. It's a very strong attack, and it does not rely on that Royal Champion charge, which is very nice. I'll be curious to see what that Springtrap update does, and hopefully you did enjoy this guide.